Welcome back, Will Taylor from our skills team here at the Chamber. Will talked to us a few weeks ago about the Skills Brokerage programme. For the benefit of anyone that missed that, Will, could you just reintroduce yourself and also a little bit about what you do here at the Chamber?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Chris. So hi, everyone. Lovely to be on here. So I'm Will, as Chris said. I'm a business skills consultant in the skills team, and we're working on the Skills Brokerage programme. So essentially, it's a chance to reach out to businesses based in Greater Manchester, see how things are going, see whether obviously the COVID-19 pandemic will have impacted business, and just looking at how we can help businesses through the recovery period and working towards any growth plans that the businesses might have as well.
That's great. Thanks very much, Will. And how's the Skills Brokerage project been going?
Yeah, it seems to be going really well, I think. I mean, obviously I would say that, but I think it does seem to be going well. We've seen lots of businesses right across Greater Manchester and a big scope in terms of size as well. So right from kind of sole traders up to the larger end of SMEs, and then across loads of different sectors as well. So not just the sort of typical officey sort of roles, but looking as well at businesses in the creative sector, social enterprises, charities, trades work, construction. So a wide range of businesses, definitely. And I like to think that we've provided some good useful support for them.
Excellent. One of the things is around having a meeting. So what could a business, if they're not taking up the service already, what can they expect from a meeting with yourself?
Yeah, so we're meeting virtually at the moment, so no need to be concerned necessarily about travel if that's something that is an issue for you. They usually last about 45 minutes and we can chat over Zoom, over Teams, over the phone, whatever would be easiest. It's good to always start with a bit of a background to the company so I can get a good idea of obviously what it is that you're offering your clients, who's working there, and really kind of get a good sense of how we might be able to help you if there's anything that you think there might be some room for improvement in, and good chance to hear obviously what seems to be working well as well, so that if we're meeting with other businesses we can kind of share best practice as well. So look into those future growth plans and looking at how we can help you with that, and then doing a bit of aftercare as well, so just following up after a month or so just to see how things are going, whether you've been able to access any of the support we've been brokering for you, and then obviously if there's any additional needs that arise, kind of helping you up with that as well.
Okay, and what are the sorts of things that businesses need at the present moment in time, the common queries that you're getting in your meetings?
Yeah, I think obviously, I mean, we've been saying a lot of the work at the moment is shifting to digital. So if there's been a change in the sort of business operational model, moving from if you've done lots of things, pen and paper, and all of a sudden staff are working remotely, working online, kind of looking at providing that support for employees who might not be so familiar with Microsoft Office or working online and doing those sort of things. So finding different training or support that could be available for them. And digital marketing as well. I think that's something that a lot of businesses are really starting to realise how useful a tool that can be in terms of generating new business, and a lot of companies we've been chatting with maybe haven't necessarily pushed so heavily in that before. So looking at how we can either help them upskill existing staff into that, or if there is the scope to recruit, looking at how we can support them fill in those roles. And I guess the final sort of big point that we've been seeing, especially with maybe the smaller businesses, is looking at that sort of leadership and strategic planning, really, if it's your first business or it's not something that you've never really given much thought to before. Obviously, what better to test of those leadership skills than a global pandemic? So kind of helping businesses access this support to kind of look at how they interact with the teams, how they're managing people working remotely, and putting together those plans that are going to, be a really solid growth journey for that company as they come out of the recovery period.
Okay, that's great. So you sit down, work out the plan, but then what? What kind of support is actually being accessed?
So there is obviously a wide range of support that's out there, and some of it is maybe a bit more time heavy, a bit more of an investment for businesses. Some of it is more sort of the lightweight stuff. So I think one of the big areas has been apprenticeships. I think one of the misconceptions about apprenticeships is just that it might only be for school leavers, or might be only for new recruits, maybe at a slightly lower level, but it can be a really good way to upskill existing staff. So we've been dealing with some businesses who'd be interested in putting some of their existing supporting sales team on business-to-business sales degrees, or looking at digital marketing, upskilling opportunities, obviously, and at that sort of degree and master's degree level as well. And I think, obviously, some businesses might not be aware that you can do chartership through an apprenticeship route as well. A lot of professional bodies have created apprenticeship standards to fulfil that criteria, which if you don't pay the apprenticeship levy and the government co-invests in the training with you, it can help to reduce those training costs if that's something you're putting people through anyway. But like I say, obviously apprenticeships isn't for everyone, and there is different sort of mentoring or coaching programs. There could be sort of fully funded short courses available for people, and then even just if you want to sit down and think, oh, not too sure on what funding could be out there, but we can kind of do that research and see what you could be eligible for on your behalf, and then just make it as easy as possible for the business, really.
And I think that's so important, because we get a lot, as you know yourself, Will, speaking to businesses, there's always this sort of fog of confusion a little bit, isn't there, around things? So somebody like you can go out and point them in the right direction. I think it is an absolutely fantastic service. Which businesses can actually get involved with the programme?
Yeah, so we're meeting with SMEs who are based in Greater Manchester, so that's less than 250 employees, and having a trading base here within the borough. Is the borough the right word? I never really know. Within Greater Manchester. Yeah,
Greater Manchester. Yeah.
Yeah, we do ask that businesses haven't already received the service from ourselves before, but if that's something you're unsure of, just get in touch and we can check that out for you. Yeah. If we can't help you on this project, I'm sure obviously the Chamber will be able to help more widely anyway.
Okay, now can they book an appointment or get in touch?
Yeah, so I did forget the number last time, so I have written this down. So it's 0161 393 4349 if you want to call, or you can email professionalservices@gmchamber.co.uk.
Okay, I'm sure we'll get that in the chat later on for people who are wanting to take advantage of this. It's a fantastic service. Like I said, there's so much confusion out there and everything just seems confused these days, but to get some help and support and guidance in place to help businesses through what can be quite a tricky maze really of help and advice, especially now in these current circumstances, I think is definitely an opportunity that businesses should be taken care of. So Will, thank you very much for that.